Today, I wanted to share an idea that I've been thinking about for a long time. What if YouTube had someone whose job was to represent creators, from the smallest channels all the way to the biggest? Imagine that. Well, hey there, folks. Pappy here. Now, I got a question for you. Have you ever worked harder on something than you've worked on anything else, only to discover absolutely nobody cared? Now, I ain't talking about mowing the lawn, and I'm not talking about fixing the garage. I'm talking about spending hours, days, sometimes weeks creating something you're proud of, and then watching it get fewer visitors than a yard sale during a thunderstorm. Well, pull up a chair and pour yourself some coffee, because today we're discussing my brief and unsuccessful campaign for president of YouTube. Now, before anyone gets nervous, I wasn't running the country, just trying to get 40 people to click on a video. Turns out that might actually be harder. Now, a few months ago, I thought I had this whole YouTube thing figured out. I thought, Pappy, you've got stories, you've got life experience, you've got an eye patch. How can this possibly fail? Turns out, spectacularly. You see, I come from a generation where effort usually mattered. If you worked harder, you generally got further. If you built a better fence, well, people noticed. And if you mowed straighter lines, people appreciated it. If you showed up every day and did your job, eventually somebody gave you a paycheck. YouTube looked at that philosophy and said, well, ain't that adorable? Now, after studying this situation for months, I've concluded YouTube is actually a government. It has departments, lots of departments. For example, the Department of Dancing Cats. Budget, all the money, every bit of it. Apparently, if Mr. Whiskers falls off a couch, 3 million Americans stop what they're doing and watch. Well, then we have the Department of Financial Experts. Every thumbnail contains a surprised face. Every title says, nobody told you this. Apparently, everybody becomes a millionaire before lunch. Then comes the Department of AI Gurus. These folks make $17 million while sleeping. One gentleman claimed he made enough money in 48 hours to purchase a small island. Well, I watched that video. The island looks suspiciously like a parking lot, but who am I to judge? Meanwhile, the Department of Retired Storytellers, which is where I work, is located behind a mop closet. Second floor, no windows, broken coffee machine, budget, 8 views. Now, Susie noticed I was spending more time studying analytics than talking to actual humans. And she walks into the room one evening and I'm staring at a screen, refreshing numbers, watching a video climb from 11 views to 12 views, back to 11, then 12 again, like the stock market for disappointed retirees. And Susie says, Pappy, what are you doing? And I said, I'm monitoring growth. And she looked at the screen, looked at me, looked back at the screen, then asked, growth? Growth of what? Well, that hurt, and mostly because she was right. Eventually, I decided drastic action was required. If I couldn't beat the algorithm, I'd run against it. So I created a campaign platform. My slogan, make YouTube reasonable again. I promised equal opportunity for gardening videos, protection for retirement stories, fair representation for men explaining things from their garage. I even promised tax breaks for wholesome content. Well, the algorithm declined to comment. Now, I imagined a debate. Kind of like a presidential debate, where on one side, a young fellow teaching AI with 3 million subscribers and perfect hair, sitting in perfect studio lights, and then on the other side, well, that's me, holding a coffee cup, looking like I got dressed during a power outage. And the moderator would ask, what makes your content valuable? And the AI guy says, I can help you earn $10,000 a month. And the audience applauds. And then they ask me, and I say, I once spent 20 minutes explaining why a wheelbarrow taught me humility. Well, silence. I think I even heard one guy coughing in the background. And the moderator thanks me for my service. Now here's where we can get serious for a minute. Not sad, just honest. Because behind every joke, there's a little truth hiding somewhere. And here's mine. Sometimes it hurts. Not publicly, privately. You sit alone and you spend hours editing, hours recording, hours trying to make something meaningful. Then the screen says 14 views. And the little voice starts whispering, maybe you're too old. Maybe nobody cares. Maybe your stories don't matter anymore. Maybe the world has moved on. And that voice can get awfully loud. About the time I was feeling sorry for myself, Belle Biscuit wandered into the room, looked at me, looked at the screen, looked at a potato chip on the floor, and chose the potato chip. Immediately. No hesitation. Didn't even ask how many subscribers I had. Didn't care about watch hour. Didn't mention engagement metrics. Turns out Biscuit judges success by entirely different standards. Food available? Good day. Food unavailable? Needs improvement. Frankly, that's a system I can respect. Then I started thinking about something. America wasn't built by influencers. It wasn't built by algorithms. It wasn't built by people counting likes. It was built by folks who kept showing up. Farmers, truck drivers, hairdressers, teachers, veterans, factory workers, mom and dads. And most of them never became famous. Most never went viral. Most never had applause. But their work mattered anyway. Maybe that's the lesson. Maybe value and popularity aren't the same thing. A few days later, I was sitting at the coffee shop. Earl was there, and Jerry was there too. And Donna was pouring coffee. And I asked myself something. If YouTube disappeared tomorrow, would these stories still matter? And the answer surprised me. Well, yes, because stories mattered long before computers. People sat on porches, around campfires, at kitchen tables, in barbershops, at church picnics, and they told stories because stories connect people, not because stories generate revenue. So election night finally arrived. Results came in. Well, the dancing cats won. Again. Financial experts carried 47 states, and AI gurus dominated the suburbs. Pappy received 26 votes, which just so happens to be exactly enough. Because those 26 people are real. Real people, real lives, real struggles, and real laughter. And that's worth more than the million strangers scrolling by. So no, I didn't become president of YouTube. Matter of fact, I don't think I even won my own district. But tomorrow, well, I'll probably make another video. Not because success is guaranteed, not because it's profitable, and not because it's easy, but because somewhere out there might be somebody who needs a laugh, somebody who needs encouragement, somebody who needs to hear that they're not the only one trying to figure life out. And if that's all we accomplish, well, that's enough. Now, if today's episode made you smile or brought out a chuckle, then by all means share this episode with someone who could use a laugh today. They'll be forever grateful that you did. You know, my Pappy used to tell me, when we learn to laugh, we learn to heal. And in the most amazing part of our week or day, someone hearing you laugh or seeing that smile might just be the cog in the wheel that gets it all started. And there's no higher service than passing on a better demeanor to others. Trust me. And so always remember to be kind to one another, if only because you can be. And we all can be always. Until then, take care of what's been entrusted to you. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Pappy out.